See, you don't get the, but what they don't get to do, they don't get to hold information from us and then call us stupid. You can't do that. You can't deprive a culture, a race, an individual of economic resources and then call him a savage because he's responding to his circumstances. And that's what a lot of us do. That's how a lot of us respond. If something happened to you, you gotta respond. And a lot of our responses be based on our circumstances. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, you know.
So once again, this is what my book is about. My book is about this. I was inspired to write my book is because when I experienced incarceration at the federal level, some events had took place. I ran into some individuals that had never seen the light of day, right? That gave me some mental jewelry, and I too wanted to know how I received a 144-month sentence, which is equivalent to 12 years, without having any evidence to prosecute me, properly. If they didn't have a preponderance of evidence to convict me for 100 days, if we really wanted to present the evidence, they really didn't have grounds to give me 144 months, which is equivalent to 12 years. So I wanted to figure out how did that happen. So I started to investigate the laws. You understand what I'm saying? So, coming upon that, I came up with the acronym for the word gang, which is two. One is from the street perspective, which we know what to be, and that's getting that money easy, which is a pretty decent perspective, but it's not the only perspective. Because the government got a perspective, and that's going after minorities economically.
Right.
This is what it is. Right. It has nothing to do with fair and equitable punishment when it comes to crime. Right. This has nothing to do with. It has nothing to do with that. So everything is about getting it off of the back of a particular culture, which is us. Not saying it because they know a lot of us are ignorant to the law. They say, listen, let me say this to you. Ignorance to the law is no excuse, but this is an excuse. Every man will plead once he's in trouble. This is a fact. Right. A lot of us get in trouble and then we complain about the circumstances, right? Which is fair because a dude get 30 years for 50 grams of crack. And he can't even understand how this just happened. 30 years and they give it to you. There ain't no faking. They ain't doing none of that. They giving it to you. Right. So now your whole thing is you going back and you messed up and you trying to feel like, oh man, they treated me wrong. No, but this is what they gonna tell you. Ignorance to the law is no excuse, but this is an excuse that a man will plead once he's in trouble. They gonna tell you the information that you need to know is in the free library.
Yeah. Right there in your face.
Right there in your face, so you complaining about you being done wrong and all that, you can go get a free library card and find out the rules, the real rules to the game.
Yes, the real rules.
But we jump into it, not knowing what we up against. And a lot of it got to do with economic circumstances. Why do when there's a plethora of narcotics that I can easily access right outside my door, that's something that I can get access to before I can get medicine. I can get my hands on some drugs at the age of 9, 10, 11, 12, but this is the game.
Okay.
This is the game. Right. They know more than likely we're going to turn to this kind of activity.
Exactly.
It's because of the circumstances that they created.
We have no other choice here. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Absolutely. You understand what I'm saying? Which it doesn't constitute a crime on our behalf. But this is how they're deeming it. We're doing it. And if you hold economic resources from any race of people, they will behave in the same manner. You feel what I'm saying? So they come up with, and this is what I'm telling the streets. I'm trying to tell our young boys, this ain't about no preaching or none of that. This about letting you know something that I didn't know before I received 144 months. Lost my brother, my mom got older, I lost property, I lost money. None of that stuff mattered when I was in the
No.
Lost my relationship, my wife.
Yes, none of that stuff matter.
None of that matter. When you're doing a decade, they started off at a decade.
Right.
But listen, this ain't about this ain't about prison.
It's not about
This about poverty.
poverty.
And how we respond. How do we get to the resources to relieve us of our circumstances? It's about we gotta understand financial literacy. This ain't new information.
It's not.
This ain't new information.
It's not. It's not at all.
Just like I'm saying, I'm gonna take Maine the Barber for instance. You mentioned something when we was on the phone. You said he been cut my hair since you was a kid.
Same kid.
He been cutting my hair since a teenager. He taking care of the community.
Yeah.
He got a vocational skill that'll feed him. He know how to fish.
Right.
He ain't allowing nobody to give him his food. These are the kind of skill sets and dexterity that we have to acquire.
Nobody got to give him his food.
You feel what I'm saying? This is what we and there's nothing corny about this is because
I like that because you said nobody has to. He's not in line with nobody. He's a fish. Nobody has to give him. Yeah, fisherman. Nobody has to give him his own food.
Nobody has to give him his food. He don't have to wait because look. In order for me to give you something, look at what has to happen. Take this. Look. Turn your hand over. No, the other way. In order for me to give you something, you want something from me. The hand that's over, the hand that's receiving is in control. We gotta reverse the role. Because this is what welfare is. Yeah. This is why and I think it was about reciprocation. Right. But we gotta stop being the hand under the hand that's over. We always with our hand out.
No.
So when we in that position, then people can control our resources, our water sources, our food sources. This is what happened when they were saying they were going to cut the welfare. Remember that? Not too long, a couple years ago, they saying they were going to stop welfare. They were going to cut it or something like that, and the people were scared.
Yeah.
It's because can you understand if they cut welfare, what would happen? The families that are being, can you understand what kind of lawlessness, what kind of anarchy that will cause?
Yeah, we need all.
Just because we dependent upon them. This is what it is. And that's not everything.
It's different now.
Listen, what I'm trying to do is give it to us in increments. I don't wanna be too wordy or too long. But I walk around if you guys spin the chair around like that. So listen, I don't wanna what I try not to do is be too preachy or use too many words, right, to lose the people. But here's what I'm trying to explain. There's two sides, right, to America, to the United States. Because before America was even created, it was just the United States. They came up with of America, which is a corporation. It's a business. It's a separate entity from the United States.
The U.S. So to ask you, Shakir, to ask you, the U.S., the United States of America, is a separate entity from the United States, which is Uncle Sam.
Yeah. The United States
is a corporation.
Is a separate entity.
Two different corporations.
Then America is two different entities. The United States is private. America is commercial.
Right.
The United States is natural.
Right.
America is artificial.
Exactly.
This is our African Americans. Why you think the last name? Listen to how we stated.
Right.
African American. What comes first and what comes last? The last name, my name, Shakir Lawrence. They can care less about Shakir. They want Lawrence because it's attached to the corporate entity, America.
All right. Right.
So this is where my labor becomes their to generate taxes. Right. When I'm for my wage.
Right.
But if I create a business for myself, then I level the playing field.
Exactly.
It's because now I'm in control of an artificial entity. Now I get taxed different. That's the game we gotta play.
Right.
Versus going to work for somebody is because we get taxed. We get taxed when we are employed. The word employ means use. What are they using? Our labor.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So once again, I want to go back into. I hear you, boo. So I wanna go back into what I'm saying. So it's kind of hard to fathom or understand or come to to ascertain the process of knowing how these two entities work. You feel what I'm saying? So once again, you got United States, which is a private side, a trust, and then America, which is a commercial entity, where this is where we used to operate. You know, a lot of African Americans are used to operating on that side of the merger. We don't. This is how the banks operate. Right. This is how they're able to create interest on this side. Is because a lot of us lack financial literacy. And it's not until we start to understand the differentiation between the two that we can start to come up out of this. Like welfare. Let me ask y'all this. If you remove, in order to qualify for welfare, what financial state do you have to be in? You have to be in the lack of something. Right? You gotta be in the lack of something in order to qualify for welfare.
You gotta have shelter first to receive it.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so, and then you can't make a certain amount, right?
But you gotta have shelter to receive it.
The poverty line, right? Which means whatever the government, whatever figure the government say for that GDP, the fiscal year, this is roughly 16 to 23,000. This means you destitute, you in poverty, and you qualify for welfare. If you remove the letter B from the word black, what do you have?
Black.
Okay. If you remove the letter D from the word debt, because you gotta be in debt. This is what they doing. If you remove the letter D from the word debt, what you got?
EBT.
What do they give you when you on welfare?
EBT.
EBT card. you see what I'm saying? Right. So words is provision.
Word.
You understand? They everything is about them creating debt, because this is how they're going to generate wealth. Yeah. How we look at credit, they look at debt. How we look at debt, they look at credit. Right. It's because they taught us the reverse way of thinking. Right. So we got to reverse engineer our thinking.
Exactly.
Everything about a city is artificial. What do I mean by this? Let me walk up to this. Ain't nothing real in the city. Right. Everything in the city is artificial.
That's fact.
Everything in the where we come from, where we are accustomed to raising cattle, growing natural commodities, is in the country, is in the rural areas. You know what I'm saying? everything in the city is already caught for you. The food is caught, packaged, and put in a supermarket.
Right.
All your water that's so-called tapped and filtered is already bottled. It's already processed. So you go. This is how they come up with the fiat dollar. This is how they come up with the they don't use money. They use credit. Because America is a credit-based economy.
Right.
Right.
Commercial. America, commercial. Right. On the other side is private, right? Where their signature is money.
Right.
Their signature gives them anything they want. What they can't do is mix the two.
Can't.
You know what I'm saying? Because this to give you the example. This is why they're saying they're going after Trump. Is because he mixed the private with the public.
Wow.
See, once you do that, once you say you are a private individual and he not moving behind the trust when he was doing certain things, when you become a public figure, you got to give all that because you're saying you represent the people.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So when you start to earn or generate paper dollar, promissory notes,
exactly.
now you putting yourself under statutory man-made law.
For yourself. Really.
You feel what I'm saying? The United States operates up under God's commandment. We're the people, the true people, right? Where it say in the preamble of the Declaration of Independence, right? We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that amongst these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. When they said that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, what they said is God gave the earth and all the natural commodities to y'all, where you ain't gotta have no license to go hunting. You ain't gotta have no license to go fishing. You ain't gotta have no license to drive vehicles, horses and buggies and all that, cause God gave that to y'all. But we operate under statutory man-made law. You understand what I'm saying? Where they got something called the compelled benefit, which is money. This means you gotta, in order to purchase bread or something that's already, bagged up, right? That's already licensed through
a distributor.
Yeah, and all that. Like, you gotta pay money.
Exactly.
But that's not the natural poor thing. But that's the only way we know how to live. You feel me?
Right to it.
Yeah, so.
Shakir Lawrence.
Yeah, make sure y'all get the book, man. How the game was get, man. Y'all be available on Amazon. You feel me? Red tape. Yeah, come on down. Come get a cut from the sharpest hands in America.
Yeah.
Be in Philadelphia. Yeah. What's up with you? What's up with you, bro?